sure about Floppy. I can't remember how much he played it. But then, of course, Tag as well. So there are going to be some question marks, some questions answered. It'll be interesting to see how Cloud9 can perform here in map number 2. I mean, they win a series, can they win a... if they win a map, can they win a series? That is a big question. But I'm personally anticipating a third map here.
I would like to publicly stand right by you on that.
Okay, co-sign that.
Insured. Thing with Cloud9's win on Nuke as well. It's not as though it was a total cannonball and we were sent shocking into a 16-5 result or anything like that. It felt like a very nice ease. Down the steps into the ocean they went. Up the steps towards the A site they'll go. Ninja's looking for a little bit of contact, and Cloud9 not looking to play ball just yet. A couple of smokes on the A site, really sectioning off Cloud9 from getting any easy headshots. Question is, can Ninja slip a bomb plant in? There are no frag grenades for Cloud9, and Plopsky, well, he doesn't want just the plant. He wants some headshots, damn it.
Oh, this flank. Nock's already through B. They're rotating. Oh my god, they're going to run head first into Nock. Let's keep attention on him for a second as he attempts to clothesline them, rotating back to B. Oh, but he can't. Peeks out early, dies to that peek, and walks it. Everyone from the CT side is fragging. Just Rez left alone. He'll get melted with pure mechanics alone. Glock save here for NiP. So we can see by that firepower meter, they're certainly outclassed. Little to no investment, not a single flash even.
Yeah, despite blowing out all the skylights in their spawn, nobody's going to be throwing grenades.
It's quite hard to eco for a bomb plant when you have, you know, very low utility, unlike map like Train or Mirage.
MP9's looking to make some money. Floppy takes 2 with him. Tag, yeah, he'll get the double. Last man is Hampus just behind him, and he rattles some Glock shots off, but Tag.
And now they'll go up against AK. Significantly better buy here for NiP. Not the economy to support it if they lose, but certainly their odds are looking pretty strong. Slightly ahead of the firepower meter. Initial kill here from Rez, punishing Alex on the peak and establishing control behind yellow. And now, what will Cloud9 do in the 4-on-5 situation to try to take back map control, maybe find a frag? There's always the potential for a boost behind yellow, a re-aggression, a late flash peek. But which will they implore, if any?
Both the MP9s that are still in the situation, kind of keeping heads turned towards short. This is Tag's responsibility to make sure men don't wrap around from ramp. Just swarm this site. Hampus is getting ever closer. Everybody from Cloud9 over here. So, I mean, in terms of the numbers game, they've done a good job of getting ahead of this. They get so aggressive, though. Mezzy decides to run out. Tag with a kill of his own. Rez with the answer. Both the SMGs go down to his name, and Tag, he's going to have to find himself the clutch. But over the top of the mid box, oh, he answers, and Rez will find that third. 30 H.
5 MP9 kills has allowed Cloud9 to purchase up into this one. But overall, apart from the one Galil, a little bit light on nades, they start off pretty strong, and Hampus wins his first duel. That's Mezzy out early.
He was just the pistol player, so I mean, if there's anybody to sacrifice, get rid of the weakest link. But don't blink, because Woxic's about to maybe set up shop here on the ramp. 4 players back here, but none of them facing, and that means he's going to have to extend all the way into the open if he wants Rez on the right side. A dangerous game to play.
Was he spotted there on the jumps? Oh, they're going to go for the boost. Maybe. They're really taking their time here. But Alex is pushed up on the ramp. Oh my god, Woxic just slinks out slightly off of the sandbags. But this flash allows them to take over so much control on the ramp. Try to force the hand of Cloud9 even more.
That crouch position looked like it was going to be used for the boost, but instead it was the ooh-wee frag grenade from the top. Tag dunks it on Hampus. That's a hell of a way to get your trade frag back. Meanwhile, we've got a battle of the statues between Twist and Alex here at B.
The 2 gargoyles facing off.
They're waiting for it. Who moves first? Twist thinking about it, goes for the pump fake. Oh, and even though Alex goes running in with the audibles, he manages the kill. It's an advantage for Cloud9. And And they're looking to lock down this A site. Knock moving in, and Woxic deep on short shelf. Knock, he knows that there is a tough fight ahead. 15 seconds, swings into the sniper, and Woxic may have not found...
And yeah, surprised to see Alex actually win that duel. That was not, in terms of crosshair placement, not favoring him in that spot. But Cloud9 up 3-1, and they earned themselves another pistol save here for NiP as they invested heavily into that round. Have been blessed to get a couple of opening kills back-to-back, but that's not been enough to actually result in the round win.
A little continuous spray down here. It's the firing squad from Cloud9 on the extremities of the ramp. Knock, well, he's got his hands on an M4. Suddenly becomes a formidable foe, but with an op shot between the eyes, he's nothing but slush.
I swear to God, sometimes Woxic will shoot, and it'll be a flick shot, but he'll kill the guy before the flick comes out because he's so fast, it feels like.
I know exactly what
Most
you mean,
people would have to
enough.
react and try to like flick out first before shooting, but he's so quick. Well, it's a good start. We'll give it another go of it with the rifles. Surely the opening kill percentage will catch up to Cloud9 if NiP can keep finding early success.
Maybe they start trying their hand at this B site as well. They've got two players, not just the one. Kind of sniffing out the situation. Essetag extending around from sandbags, finds Plopsky, and he's got reinforcements to really flex this fight. Does not need to concede the control at all. In fact, Cloud9, they want more. Alex nearly looked like he was going to go wildly through the Molotov, but he opts not to. Meanwhile, Hampus, contact on B, gets an incendiary in response.
Trying to find this kill back is what's so difficult. So demanding in terms of utility from both sides. Just trying to get a ramp control, the amount of utility it takes to get any progress. Incredibly demanding, but here they find an easy opening up the ramp again with this flash, just for the sandbags player who's peeking. No one's holding aggressively up the halls. There could be an execute in store where they can make some progress. Whether or not they can get a bomb plant is the question mark. And finally, it looks like we might have a potential retake situation. However, Alex goes up top for a kill. Hampus cannot finish him off. Alex getting away with another one by the skin of his teeth.
Three players in from short. Floppy able to nail one of them to the wall. Then that bomb plant is committed to, so it's low HP for Twist. Slightly softened Knock. And heavily outnumbered, not to mention the incendiary that comes flying over really forces Twist's hand. Let's see if Knock can rock their world in the 1 versus 4 here. He does get a kill versus Floppy, but Cloud9 are racking up the rounds early on here on Vertigo. 5-1 already, keeping players alive, robbing away the weapons of their opponents. I mean, Essetag, 11-4.
Yeah.
He has been defense who's comfortable enough to come flying around those initial corners.
Yeah.
You got to look out for the nades and then try and dodge the shots that follow with it. Frag grenade goes into the windows of mid, and ninjas come out of it, flushing the ants from their hill.
Oh, the dually.
I love it. Rez, he's going to follow suit. Now this is starting to compromise the A site from the opposite side. Tech 9 kill coming in. These upgraded pistols from the ninjas in pajamas off of the tactical pause. Dude.
They have not dropped a player. No problem at all. With just these $500 pistols. Okay, Woxic will find at least one, but it's only to try to stay alive in this zombie apocalypse of a T execute out mid. There is no hope for them to try to go for a retake situation. Instead, again, just suspicious and nervous about any Ts that might be lurking. Comes down to this running entry with the dualies out mid from Rez to follow up with a couple of key Tech 9 frags. That's a nice round to bring back the confidence. I was going to say, just like on Nuke, citing the ability to make the CT rotations as hard as possible, you'd want to do something like try to take lower and try to take and threat and squeaky and vent as much as possible. Okay, the double. The double to knock down a lot of equipment value and retain the op. So that's pretty good to save that. But in that same fashion here on Vertigo, testing middle would be a great way to try to at least throw some question marks into the rotations.
Dude, just flicked him.
But even on the rifle rounds, not just in eco like this. And we'll see if this was a flash in the pan or not.
Just before we move on into the gun round, I would say that the current best dually players in the world
Okay.
are Keto
Get right.
and Rez.
Rez. Okay.
Keto definitely has the dualies play of 2020.
You aced, right?
I believe so, yeah. I like this. Alternative.
Oh my god.
Hey there!
That's two. Wow, they have to call that.
Catch you later, losers.
Are they even going for this? No, they're getting caught pushing down the A ramp. That's over. It's just Rez, the one-man army.
Oh, man. And you know what? They've been flirting around at the bottom of B, but that is confidence. That is abrupt. You throw your player up over the wooden wall.
Wow, they actually slow it down a lot. I mean, they still probably win this round easily, but they don't actually commit to the site when they could have gotten into B.
I respect it. You know, don't fall flustered into a trap, but rather milk it for all you can. Floppy and Woxic both dying in the end. 4 survivors here for the Ninjas in Pajamas. Definitely kick-starting their T-side after that upgraded pistol top-mid rush.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I mean, things were starting to look way too easy for Cloud9.
See this
I love this.
Rez's perspective. Actually, the first jump Alex spotted, but he had a nade out and couldn't stop this boost.
And Rez basically hits the headshot as he's jumping because he's so close to him.
Right.
Knock finishing through the smoke as it plumes. Oh, what? Alex, that must have been at the base of B. Yeah, okay.
Wow, right into his head. Just standing up there in that Dupree angle on top of the wood wall. It looks like it. Oh, quick and clean haircut. Rez always fresh with those quick bursts.
Really just send a message back. It's not going to be that easy. CT's also unable to retrieve the one weapon they've dropped, so just working with their silenced pistols here. Trying to dodge the flash will cost them. They looked away from it, and by the time they had swung back, Plopsky body bagged both. Essetag, anticipating somebody off of the boxes, not able to quite finish the kill, will swing, but Twist with the Tech 9 tapping him down. And it's Woxic now to try and get himself a second. Cloud9, just the one. So,
a nice 2-entry round from Rez as well as an eco that really have brought this half to life for NiP. I don't know if that means they'll be able to find some more success. You could chalk it up to a lucky round from Rez, but that's how much of a star player he can be sometimes. So something they've always got to be on guard for. And it looks like Mezzy, he's been kind of spotting this. This time it's Woxic from up top. And I like that NiP are involving mid a little bit more into these rounds. Man, at the moment, we've got 2 players inside of B. It's a very even split of the CTs. But again, because of NiP's default style on basically every single map, it almost never makes sense to overstack too early. Very Swedish.
45-second mark, no kills. Small detail, no kit. Let's see if the commit comes in from the Ninjas. They are on the cusp of the A site, and Essetag, he has performed well in this position. We're back to a more default round, and Floppy opens up a double kill from short shelf. This is going to leave the other CTs comfortable, you'd think, but Essetag starts to get a little bit wild, and he is all on his own. Great clawback from the Ninjas in Pajamas. A 3v5 turned 3v2. Woxic and Mezzy with a lot to do if they want this retake to happen. And Knock, I mean, he has just honed in on this angle. He sees the little bit of a leg and can't actually adjust onto Woxic. Things get a little bit weird here. Plopsky's able to give cover. Mezzy peeking in, can't kill him. Plopsky saves the day. 3 kills.
And even in those final moments, we came down to the 40-second mark. C9, they were a little bit low on grenades. So NiP were able to punish, getting up onto the site, force them to be scared, trying to spam them down before the bomb could get planted. Very uncomfortable, it seems, in the retake so far.
Twist looking for that mid contact, assuming maybe Cloud9 are gonna get a little frisky. Try and slip one behind enemy lines, seeing as they are just on the pistols and their utilities are dwindling. It's a double smoke, quadruple D. Essetag's making a ton of noise. They hear that coming from a mile away. Hampus gonna get aggressive, and he finds a kill for the Ninjas to take that two-man lead. And a literal lead in terms of the round count, assuming that they close this. For the first time on VERTIGO, they are on fire and leading.
Yeah, there's a confidence lead.
Let's see if they're comfortable enough to start cranking the dial. Ninjas in pajamas have. Whoa, take cover.
This is NiP getting into this default tactic here. Getting under the grate here for Red, such a strong spot to hold and clear. It can be pre-fired, it can be spammed down, so we don't know how comfortable they are in expecting this position. But all the while, it's a default to A ramp, but with some mid control involved as well. Looks like they're thinking about going for a late retake, maybe. Floppy, aggressive presence. Knock eats a flash, but stays alive. That's the key moment. Flopsky trades from behind, and everybody dies.
Damn. I mean, those engagements weren't necessarily disfavorable. They just didn't connect any of the kills. And you can check out the HP versus Plopsky and Knock. There was a chance for them, but they all fall empty-handed.
Yeah, I feel like it comes down to comfort in that position. Like, if they're talking about that, let's go for the late ramp retake. It's probably something they're doing where they're learning on the fly, and maybe it's not something they're totally comfortable with all of the possible outcomes. And from that, NiP just score big.
Well for the Ninjas on their map pick. And it's the reason we didn't assume that Nuke meant this series could be written off. See if
Cloud9 era was 40 minutes, but man, was it sweet. Man, was it sweet.
Ah, the glory days. Gonna get a little bit of a clash here inside of the smokes on the A site. See if Cloud9 can add maybe a couple more rounds as this first half comes to a close. But Essetag blinded like a bat without echolocation. Knock focused on the bottom of the ladder. Eventually, someone's got to move from here. Seeing as he is the bomb. They call out the boost, soften Floppy somewhat. Rez ready to swing. He's going to line up both players, and that is an easy kill ×2. Yes, Woxic starts to move forward, but the time he decides... Oh, dude, poor guy. Mezzi through the base of the smoke, bettered by Hampus, and, well, it goes from bad to worse to even worse. 8-5 now for the Ninjas in pajamas. An awesome T-side. Great to see them piece it all together.
Hampus got a little bit scared for a second. I don't know if he could see him in the corner of his screen at all, if he's just checking or not. But yeah, they don't win. Yeah, this map, at least right now, it's like a lot about unconfirmed nade utility damage on the A ramp, spams through the walls, finding smokes, and there's tons of gimmicks because it's such a new and undeveloped map. That these are all testing the kind of veteranship of Cloud9. A Woxic, 2K on the exit. You know he's always good for it. Knock will trade him. And that leaves Cloud9 in a position where I think they're thinking about buying here. I'm not sure if everybody has the money they'd like. But another great round from Rez. Oh, and the 50 floor fall.
Even hit his feet on the way down. Send him into the backspin.
Whoa, 2-op adjustment.
All right, why not? We got 2 rounds left for Cloud9 to try and stop this tear from the Ninjas, and yo, he gets it. Oh my Nails God. The landing.
He got hit. I don't know if that took damage from that fall or if Mezzi hit him through something, but he landed.
Then they go into the boost, as they have. Oof. Yes, very important that you fall onto the little ledge, that this is entirely silent. Now he's going to catch them completely off guard. They had no clue he was up close and personal. And he can't manage an additional kill, but Twist swings in from construction, clearing the CT player first, and then that additional B hold. But wait, there is a chance. Essetag cuts off the bomb carrier. Rez with a minute. Technically could take time, but he wants to give chase to this. He's trying to escape, and Essetag will not let him. A 6th round from Cloud9 comes.
Set up again?
Let's see.
Let's give it another shot. Now, the one merit I can think of here is that like they just do the full-on default. This round takes longer than 30 seconds. Mezzi can maybe score a kill over on B, or at least take a chance at finding a frag. He was playing a bit back last round, so don't know if they're trying that again. And Alex is trying to turn the aggression all the way up. But
Yikes.
this is Red's specialty, right? Like, he is looking for these pushes to come through every time. And now they won't even have a chance to play.
This is still the most poorly designed part of Vertigo.
Okay.
Is that metal grate. And Rez just used it to his advantage to get the second kill. Alex had made sound inside of the smoke, so that's why he spams into him. It's just, you know, that piece of the map really makes things kind of wishy-washy. And it's not the way that Cloud9 had hoped to close, but Ninjas in Pajamas will be very content to get themselves a 9th round here, assuming Woxic can't give us a hell of a clutch, and with Twist having confidence...
Literally have no clue. I don't think anybody does. That's between Cloud9, Henry G, Kassad, Alex, I guess. We'll see what the game plan is here on the offense. It'll be difficult, but they find that first entry. Running all the way up here is Mezzi. That's a tag, sitting back a bit. And now they're just thinking, how do we not blow this? They get a very important first kill. They've attracted all of the CTs to rotate over towards the A site. But they know they've still got more work to do, and Cloud9 could potentially face another re-aggression.
Rez just keeping his head over the ledge.
Goddamn, Floppy, he's already got 3.
Look at him go. There's a rock'em, glock'em robots. Alex gonna try and further the damage here at the B site. Twist is trying to be a nuisance at least, but unable to find a headshot of his own. Frag grenade takes him down to 50. Alex tippity taps back for Cloud9, a 7th thanks to a pistol round win.
Hey, you never know. You know, these pistols could catch up with NiP. We already got 2 here on this map. But yo, look at Floppy, okay? Listen, some people may not know, you know, Floppy. This guy he played literally 11 seasons of MDL, came into becoming pro, became the star player of the old Cloud9 roster, had that magical 1v4 versus Astralis at IM Katowice. Maybe my favorite 1v4 of all time. That's how sick it was. And then almost missed this transfer over to Cloud9, and in these last few maps has not played well. He's not been comfortable. Here he's already had a much better performance. You saw him having the keys at ramp and being able to control it on nuke. A solid performance from here from the lurk perspective as well. And here, just aim-wise, looks like he's back more in the rhythm, which is good to see. Before we get too caught up in that narrative, we've already got NiP with an opening kill here with pistols versus the full rifle round of Cloud9, and they're not leaving anything up to question. They actually invested heavily into the Leals. One trade will come back for Alex, but he's still in danger of CTs peeking him from both the left and right side.
That's an MP9 tucked close on Plopsky, not some measly pistol. Smoke grenade goes deep, flash to follow suit. Alex, he's trying to be more than just one person. Oh, but he doesn't clear the corner. Oh, but he does drop back down into the cover, tries to shoot into the skies. But Plopsky has other ideas. Now that Galil has yet to be retrieved, but there are still 2 here in the hands of the remaining Cloud9 members. And Plopsky, well, he decides not to move a muscle. Gonna stay committed to his position. Yes, it's susceptible to the wall bang, but unless they walk up, they have to hard clear him, and there's even a bit of a shadow advantage for this CT position. And check, doesn't get cleared yet again. Floppy trades immediately at least, but 15 seconds, he's gonna go for the bomb commitment, and that's gonna cost him. CT comes in, and he does actually manage the plant, believe it or not. But Knock immediately clears him off the board, and that is the Ninjas with a 10th round and a force buy win.
We still don't know what the overall game plan is going to be for Cloud9, but here on the Antico, try to take it over towards B. You can see from the minimap, they get destroyed on their way up. Nice round from Plopsky, not only to get the kills, but to do it with the MP9. And as you pointed out, with the shadow advantage, can go back to the same position and still have an advantage. So there, Esatag tries to separate himself, a little bit of distance between him and the wood, but isn't totally aware of where Plopsky would play from. 3 rounds the difference, and an instant buyback here. Floppy, as the man who got the plan, was like, guys, we have enough money to buy, goes ahead, purchases a Galil, everybody else gets pistols and armor to work with. Or am I crazy to have armor? Yes, yes, I do. Some head armor, some not.
Let's see if Floppy can deliver. Pressure's on him. Got a player over on elevator room. just knock. Jiggle peeking with the flashbang. He is well equipped. Follow-up smoke and a molly. Oh, big gap in that one. That's a bit of a fumbled piece of utility, but they still make the most of it. Alex able to catch Hampus off guard. Knock trying to transition into the A site to lend a helping hand to Rez, who maybe needs no help at all. They've gone ahead and culled the entirety of that mid push. Yes, a couple T's slip up from the ramp, but because Rez trades position on short, it leaves them with nothing. And the Ninjas take an 11th, now leading by 4.
Alex learning fast. A little bit of NiP in that strat. Running up mid on the eco, trying to find the kill, pushing through towards A. But this time, it's a little different just because NiP hit their shots. They don't get first bulleted on the rotations, and that's basically the difference that allowed NiP to get back into the first half, get some confidence back, and then start to take over with their game plan. But now, Cloud9 will have to take a back seat. They don't have a lot of money to invest. They'll just upgrade some pistols. Oh, nade to the dome. Knock on a hard angle, right angle here.
Yeah. Softens the cranium. Alex leaking juices as he rounds this corner.
Ew.
But, he's going back and Knock's going in. There is no escape. It's a dark fate for Cloud9 here in the 19th round. They're going to leave one player inside of the ladder room. And maybe, just maybe, Cloud9 can overwhelm the B defense, maybe steal a plant away. But doing it with just the Glock seems near impossible at this point. Especially when the CT in position gives them nothing. Plopsky, you gotta play back when it's versus the pistol rounds. You get close, you start peering down those stairs, and easily lose your face. So 50 seconds left here for Cloud9 to hopefully get one. That's all they want. But I feel like Ninjas have them locked in with the patience.
Not an incredible map for Mezzi so far. Everybody else kind of on par. It's a farm. Then just a round that'll give Cloud9 a chance in this game. They'll have to win 2 in a row, maybe 3 with the way that the economy has gone so far for NiP.
Player on the staircase, but that grenade's gonna kind of grab the attention of Alex.
Wow, that's an atypical way to kind of try to clear this out over top of the smoke. I'm surprised he wasn't spotted. But look at this, man. Alex, he's a crafty one. Hampus, he doesn't even realize he is dead meat. And a opportunity to flush out another player. Do we have a smoke to fall back? No, he'll go for the peek instead.
Rez,
confident play by Plopsky.
Plopsky gets the support he needed. Turns the attention of Cloud9 back. Alex breaking out from beneath the staircase like Harry Potter. Can he take the mid lane with his team to either of the 2 bomb sites? He's got a player here on construction, not quite ready for the position, but Rez gets traded right thereafter.
This is
sure, Woxic takes damage. But 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, on a lurk, I'd say, you know, if a one-on-one, of course, Rez got that nice off angle. But to be traded makes things quite interesting. I think they need to give themselves enough time when they get to a site to be able to clear stuff out, because it's going to be a huge guessing game to find out if the CTs are split, what position is the one CT on the site in. And walking now, committing towards A, coming up on 25 seconds, things are getting interesting. Twist is taking a peek down the A ramp at different intervals, and they'll actually go right by him. Oh my god, that's the kill. This is not going to be an easy retake for Plopsky. The bomb will get planted. He'll run his way over as quickly as possible, and eventually, looks like
he can stop this.
Floppy will get on here. It'll be difficult, but yeah.
No. Buys his time. Fire fades. Looked like he was about to just go through that smoke, but we've got Floppy falling onto the short shelf. Woxic barely alive. Molotov, smoke, and flash. I mean, these are great tools for a retake like this. Lays down the smoke in front of it. That's going to make Cloud9 a little antsy. Molly over onto short. Taps it once. Both the players extending, and Floppy gets the better of it. Check out the HP. 29 points.
Cool, and no problem. But the refrag was really good. The spacing was good, even though it was just a walkout. So, are NiP worried? Probably not. But still, that's one gap in the defense that they found. Oh, and Alex will try to build some momentum here. An opening kill into the next round. They've got a boost over top of the smoke. They're spotting Rez. They take him down. And they're looking a little bit like NiP at the moment.
Yeah, not necessarily that massive A clash, but numbers sitting back. I really respect Alex committing to the sandbags peak. Caught a player of the Ninjas with a nade out. Not ideal. But there's still a test here if they head into the B site. This is actually where all of the remaining Ninjas are in position. Felt like they were getting ready to save if needed. They'll be tested with what they hang on to. Plopsky's dropped down to half health, but then he swings out from quad twist. Oh, a double from him! And suddenly we've got Ninjas back with a man advantage. Floppy, he has to do everything here. He looks forward towards green with 40 seconds. At a keen eye as smoke fades, he catches the barrel. Now he can go ahead and grab that bomb. Twist looking to come in from construction. Drops down to the even ground. And Floppy's caught him, but he doesn't hit the shot initially. Both players prepared. And Floppy, which way is he coming in from? Trying to gamble the guess. And it's a wide swing denied.
Top back default and one on the skinny pillar back left of the site. All the positions the CTs are in. And the CTs still get all of these kills, but then, of course, this heroic last effort by Floppy, who, again, his performances recently have not been good. In the first 4 maps that they played, he looked very, very uncomfortable. So good to see him fragging.
Round clutched back. And suddenly there's a reward that comes with it. Lackluster pistols for NiP. Here in the 22nd round.
They chewed through that enormous bank account.
Yeah.
They had that offshore bank account, like 5 to 10K per just a couple of rounds. You got some expensive habits on the CT side. Incendiaries, kits.
Swedish tax authorities did some digging. Now NiP are back to being broke. Alex gonna go in for a second serving, but it's actually Mezzi who needs to lend a helping hand, and he gets himself a second. Grab those kills while you can. Like you said, he hasn't had the best of games on Vertigo, but there's still room and time for improvement. Careful with the boosts on the side of the skyscraper.
They're going really high up here on Vertigo. They're going for the 52nd floor here on Vertigo. Are we 50 or 51 up?
It says 51 on the
51,
wall.
Okay, yeah. So going for the 52nd floor.
But I don't know if the 51st is the one underneath or top.
Interesting. Yeah, like we are on the... Well, doesn't look like this is going to be a roof. Okay, let's see if the retake plays out. Off shot dropped.
Trying to keep up that pressure, huh? Essetag, he gets one. Mezzi with the 3K.
Double digits for dignity.
Woo!
Cloud9
Down by
story.
2.
Yeah, I mean, it's taking big individual efforts, but with how well prepared NiP look, the only way an upset's going to happen is that way. And Cloud9 have also won 2 pistols to inflate their odds in this game. That being said, the second one was converted. A bit of frustration here for NiP. I mean, they still get their wits about them. They've clearly gotten close and done some really good stuff even in the second half.
Big push.
Nice double. Wow, that's such a well-timed peek. I mean, they try to go vertical stack because it's always better to try to peek like that.
I feel like that's a really unused 2-player peek as well.
Sure, yeah. It's coordinated.
That piece of drywall doesn't go too far out, so you've got to catch players peeking out as well. But talking about getting caught, Essetag body bagging Rez here on the short shelf. He's got a player right in front to the right. He waits.
Going lower, though.
Oh, what? Through the edge of the wall. That's a bit of a jump scare. And Hampus still there, follows through thanks to the flash of knock. Can Mezzi bring it back? We just saw him with some easy kills in the previous round.
Okay, this is an actual opening as they run out of that peak. Hampus low on the back of the site. Alex is walking out mid. They're trying to create a distraction here. It's all a big ruse.
It's working.
Yeah, well, he could still get caught. There's still a timing window. Oh, no.
Perfect.
It's DT to get caught. This is where they run back now, and his job is to delay. Let's see if he can do a better job than Knock did on that pistol round.
It's one of the 2 tag players dead to rights. 30 seconds. Alex, he forfeits all of the control from beyond green just to go back here, hoping to lock it in. Utility for the CT retake. 1 incendiary, 1 flash. None of the 3 have kits. Flashbangs being thrown out here from Cloud9. Mezzi's gonna get aggressive, looks to transition the spray, now back into the cover, he's low. Woxic's also killed. Plopsky gonna have to do everything. He knows where that player's pinned into position, but movement back on the shelf, and it's up close that Mezzi resides, but the gun goes dry.
No, early. He was the guy who was the mid-to-B connector player in that late round situation. He's not there. Now, okay, we're right off to the races here in this 11 to 12 situation. A trade back and forth. Scary for the CTs, but Alex, he's too aware.
Reads into it. I love the fact that NiP come into this one with a little bit of tempered aggression, flying down into the B site, but from there on, Cloud9 recover.
Again, this was actually what was great about NiP's CT side, or sorry, T side to come back from. Now some crispy shots being connected. Popping off like a can of Pringles right now.
Alex, you dirty dog. So Patience back in the T-spawn. So they tie up at 12, and Cloud9
This is nuts.
are on fire. 5 rounds in a row.
We were at 12 to 8. I guess 12 to 7. Pretty insane, to be honest.
Floppy absolutely leading the charge here. 20 kills to his name.
Read me some stats.
20 and 17 is Floppy. 18-19 Essetag with 7 assists. Utility damage for Essetag at 259. Next highest in the servers, Hompus at 140. Essetag, because of the utility damage, is also the only player in the server with more than 100 ADR.
Cloud9 looking to cement their place in history with a second ever map win.
2 in one day.
Imagine. Imagine 2 in one day. I mean, it feels like at this point, I feel like for people watching who are NiP fans, probably a situation where we're like, NiP, come on. Like, you're better than this. All these close situations where they have the firepower, they have more experience and chemistry together, they should be able to close out these rounds. It's got to be a bit disappointing, a bit frustrating. But again, one of those situations, you got to give merit. They are, like Cloud9 are doing what they can to pull it back. Actually, in my videos, I talked about how, like, without the experience and stuff like that, with the amount of IQ they have between the players on Cloud9, maybe there's too much overlap between their roles. There's too much versatility. That's actually to a point where it's a curse. Not enough specialty, too much versatility. Maybe they get into the mid round and their communication might be something that's really good. Maybe in the 3v3, having so much IQ could actually be a huge benefit. In the 5v5, it might be weird. CT side at the beginning of the round might be a little bit strange. But once it gets to those very arbitrary situations in the 3v3 where you've got to get creative, that's when these players can actually shine the most.
Alex just playing at the side of the smoke again.
Oh my god, is he actually going to get a kill off of this?
Oh, it's a tough one. I don't think he's going to clear that close. Nah, he was thinking more so player up on ledge. How about this mid hold? Knock. Easy shot versus Floppy, who was a key piece to the success last round. Essetag tries to crank the dial, and Rez ready for the push. Just as quickly as Cloud9 take to the fire, they find themselves back in the hot seat. Ninjas want their lead back. And in a 5 versus 2, they should absolutely have it. Great flashbang for the peak. Hompus can't quite kill them quickly, but he's got teammates all around. It's an assist for him and a 13th on the board for the Ninjas. Maybe they've had enough.
Yeah, the round they absolutely needed. Everything goes well. They place a few different bets here. I feel like the way that Alex is holding over the top of the smoke, he'd maybe seen someone in practice. When they came over a smoke like that, he saw their head. The way that Plopsky approached it, he wasn't spotted, and then he was completely disarmed. Didn't even bother clearing the close right, even though it seemed like he was aware of it for a second. Or maybe in the past, Plopsky has peered over that smoke in a demo. It seemed like something like that was going on, but not exactly sure. Either way, instant tempo change, running up the A ramp quickly, fighting into res. Is this what NiP want? This will be a big question. We haven't seen something this fast so far from Cloud9.
Don't forget, NiP do have that double op setup, using the smoke grenades to delay what feels like an inevitable A-site strike.
Oh, they're going quick for it.
Frag grenades onto short, great damage. Softening up res is potentially massive. He falls back through the Molotov, fades through the smoke. And now they know they could go for this plant here. They want that high ground. Floppy posted, anticipates the peak. The CTs from their spawn continuing on with damage res with the frag grenade and the kill through smoke. Knock team killing in the process. Plopsky has been betrayed, and Cloud9 look to maintain in the post plant, but a smoke grenade blocks off vision from short. Now suddenly pressure's back on Woxic. He's looking to come into the equation as the smokes start to pop all over this site. They take to the top, and it's Cloud9 across the kill feed. Still knock and twist continue on. Mezzi's able to clear them. It's been a quiet game, but a loud clutch.
It's just pure clutch from Cloud9.
3 rounds back and forth. The Ninjas trying to stabilize in the face of an impressive T side. Alex, this is a crucial duel. Not the first time he's gone toe-to-toe versus Plopsky, but he's got a teammate with him who can't actually capitalize on that initial attempt, so Alex just left worse for wear. 30 HP, but a potential kill for Woxic. Nope. He wants out of dodge. That deep smoke grenade kind of scares him off, and understandably, Rez comes knocking.
Nice. NiP taking forward presence down the ramp. This is, you know, a much bigger risk than it looks like for the CTs, but it could pay off huge. Ts don't want to just run into an exec over on the B site when ramp control is taken like this, because then it's obvious. What they don't know, there's 2 CTs actually hanging out here the whole time. So ideally, they wait for the smokes to come up, they come to clear this out, and then they think about their exec. But for NiP, they're probably feeling pretty good right now to know that they don't have to deal with that late round threat up the ramp. Plopsky also opens up with an initial kill.
This
Every moment is so critical right now, 13 to 13.
Bro, there's nothing you can do about Hampus. Or maybe I am wrong. Rez, double kill from the corner. Because of the sheer numbers, I guess he can focus on that one spot. Calls it out. Works it wonderfully. 25 seconds to the clock. That's a T-smoke on site. Kind of waves the red flag as to the short walk up. Floppy gonna try and use the Molotov to cancel out any eyes that would hold Woxic back. He's looking to plant inside.
Oh my God, what?
That's huge. He sprays through smoke to get the second kill, and now Cloud9 are about to take a lead unless Twist comes in big with no kit and no nades. He needs both of these frags. And will Cloud9, they just sulk back into the post plant. Woxic, he's anticipating the walk up. Oh, Floppy's head, so little on display. 3 kills from Ricky in the post plant to give Cloud9 14.
And he drives off the sun into the sunset in his Camaro. He's looking fresh. He's feeling good. Wow, what is this? He shoots the run up, and this is a perfect clear. It's actually 2 of them hard clear Hampus, so they're so aware of what position he might be in.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then, I mean, I don't even know how Floppy gets those kills through the smoke. That's another late round situation. 2 on 3 post plant. NiP are supposed to win. They're supposed to win. They're supposed to win, but they're not at every single turn. Somehow, they've managed their money so correctly that NiP have been able to put together way more buys than you'd anticipate, and Cloud9 have had the hardest route to getting to match point. But even with that, they are still 1 step away and have NiP on MP9s. An opening kill. But an opening kill does not mean that they'll win. We've seen as low as a 3v5 being won for Cloud9.
Facts.
Knox only on a deagle. He had this hard right angle at mid last time around. He won't be able to shut this down as easily.
He's going to stick around to the corner. That's a big kill.
Head. Oh, man.
Floppy puts everything in question, but Hampus able to catch Alex. He did have that low HP from the get-go. There's nobody defending the B stairs.
Oh, they're going for the... Oh, they're not going for the boost.
He's not ready.
The walkout. Flopsky traded. It's 2 on 3.
Floppy's now cleared out of it. Woxic missing his shot. They know exactly where the last man's out, and the Ninjas tie at 14. This second map goes the distance.
My God, now we're talking. This is where it gets serious, of course. This gives NiP the money they need to buy. We have Cloud9 in a position where they've built up enough of a bank. I don't know. Based on what we've seen, it's been an expensive few rounds, right? They are actually dead broke off that. This should be match point. They're going to invest everything they can, but so many close situations actually caught up to Cloud9 heavily. They have 1 AK. The best thing after that is a UMP, and then it's just pistols.
I'll leave it to Cloud9 to try and play on hard mode. The AK-47 wielder in Woxic gets damaged early, and they're going to send them up into the B site. A boost behind the wood. CT's comfortably in the site. If there was somebody close, maybe he pops up, whack-a-moles him down. But off of the flash, he's going to try to push past. Eats a little bit of a blind of his own. Essetag causing a distraction, and he picks up the kill with the ump. Now, Knock, this is a high-pressure situation. Floppy with the double deagle. How is this coming into fruition? There is so much damage being taken by Cloud9, but they stop. They walk away.
They've run away. It hasn't heard by the CTs. No one's moved at all. They're making the rotation that could make the difference. Knock will try to get there in time and could potentially set up to deny the plant. Let's see if he hits the clutch shot. He's looking for it, an opportunity here. Hold your breath for this one. They know they're coming for it. Floppy nails him to the wall. It's just a 1-on-2 now for Twist. He'll have to come up clutch. Bomb gets planted. Floppy gets the next kill. I don't even know how they went down that way inside the B site.
It was Floppy catching flank. The B site held.
Oh, right.
Flank kills were crucial. But just as they have in so many other rounds here, NiP somehow get away with a half-decent buy. It's not the best, by no stretch of the imagination, but Woxic, fully cyclopsed, still able to get that slight adjustment. But will Floppy be prepared? Oh! One tap!
Oh my goodness.
See you later, Twist. And just like this, Cloud9 are in a 5v3 for their first series win in the roster's history. But they're not done just yet. Don't you dare write off the ninjas in pajamas. They've opened up that magic sack. And they're looking to sprinkle a little bit of it on this 30th round. But all of a sudden, as they have, Cloud9 falls silent. And Knock, he's not going to fall for this. He hears that rotate. And so ninjas in pajamas are going to try to move as fast as they can. The problem for Knock is he has to be reserved. And a 5 versus 2 on this site, you would think there is nothing for NiP to hang on with. And Essetag thinks exactly that. He drops another. Woxic's on the flank. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're dealing with. A 1v5 for Hoppus. 3/4 his health being softened through the smoke. And now the boys get wild. Cloud9 take it. VERTIGO in a 16-14 fashion. 2 grinds across Nuke and this. But they have it in their hands. Ninjas in pajamas eliminated from